Hi parents and carers, this is a support video to help your child at home when it comes to maths calculations. I will be showing you how we teach maths at St. Michael's in Year 3. We will be looking at the 4 number operations, which are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. For this video, I will be showing you how we do addition and subtraction. Now, from the national curriculum, every child in Year 3 is expected to add and subtract numbers mentally, but also to add and subtract numbers with up to 3 digits using the formal written methods of column addition and subtraction. So, for each calculation, I will be applying the arithmetic skill and the reasoning skill. So let's look at some examples. Here we have an arithmetic problem, and we have 936 plus 285. And so for laying it out, we start by putting 936 here plus 285. And this is how we lay it out in column addition. I will put the values here so we understand a little bit better. When we're adding, we always start by adding the ones first, which is this one. So 6 plus 5 is 11. That's my tens and my ones. I will put down this 1 and regroup the other one, regroup the tens. Then I move on to my tens column. 3 plus 8 is 11, plus this 1 is 12. I put down my ones here again, and I regroup the other one. Then we move on to the hundreds and add them together. 9 plus 2 is 11, plus this 1, 12. So my answer is 1,221. Here we have a reasoning problem. For every reasoning problem, we always use the rucksack to help us. The R stands for reading the question, then we underline the keywords, then we check the calculation that we need to use, then we solve it, then we answer it, and then check with an inverse. So I am going to read the question. A family drive 208 miles from London to Manchester and then 213 miles on to Glasgow. How far do they travel altogether? Now I need to underline my keywords. So the family drive 208 miles from London to Manchester, and then they travel again 213 miles to Glasgow. How far do they travel altogether? Altogether is a keyword because altogether is another way to say add. So I figured out the calculation I need is to add. So now I can move on to my column addition. So that's 208 plus 213, like so. So we start again by adding the ones first. 8 plus 3 is 11. Put down the 1 and I regroup the other one. 0 plus 1 is 1, not forgetting this 1 here, that is 2, and then 2 plus 2 is 4, so my answer is 421 miles. It's important to address the question because it is a reasoning problem. Now we can move on to an arithmetic but with subtraction. So here we have 235 minus 126. Unlike addition, subtraction is not commutative, so it's very important to start with the bigger number at the top, minus 126. Okay, so 5 minus 6, it's impossible to do so, so I have to regroup from the tens. So I go over to the tens column, just to regroup, that becomes a 2, and that becomes 15, so I have 15 ones. 15 minus 6 is 9. And then 2 minus 2 is 0, and 2 minus 1 is 1. So my answer is 109. And that is an example of an arithmetic problem with subtraction. Now let's move on to a reasoning problem, applying our rucksack as we discussed before prior. Okay, so I first have to read the question and then underline my keywords. So Kate saves 594. Tom saves 326 less than Kate. How much money do they save altogether? Okay, so I need to underline my keywords. Kate saves 594. Tom saves 326 less than Kate, then I also need to know how much money did they save altogether. So this looks like a two-step problem. So I know that Kate saves 594. Then Tom saves 326 less. So that means I have to subtract. So because I need to find out how much Tom saves. So let's subtract. 4 minus 6. I cannot do that. So I have to go to the tens. So that becomes 8. And that becomes 14. 14 minus 6 gives me 8. 8 minus 2 gives me 6. 5 minus 3 gives me 2. So Tom saves 268. But also I need to know how much money they save altogether. So this is a two-step problem. So this is the second part. And this is good because this reinforces the addition, how we do addition as well. So 594 plus 268. So 4 plus 8 is 12. I put down the 2 and I regroup the 1. 9 plus 6 is 15. 15 plus 1 is 16. I put down the 6 and I regroup the 1 again. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. So they save £862 altogether. Well done. I hope you find this video useful. The next video will be on multiplication and division.